Thank you. It's great to be with you and see such a great turnout here in British Columbia. I've been kind of debating on what direction to take this morning. There's just so much to say about marketing, and so I'll just start right into it and try to make this story heavy and experience heavy, because this might be my best crack at you for the day. I've got several E's here. We have used examples. You can call them samples, but since I'm trying to alliterate it, I'll use E instead. Examples. You know, examples where whoever wakes up in the morning and says, you know, I've been a die-hard Head and Shoulders shampooer for all my life, but this morning I've all of a sudden got a hankering to be a Pantene Pro-V Richard Thicker hair kind of guy. Now, it didn't do much for me, but the point is, who does that? Nobody, because we are routinized, aren't we? We love our routine. We go buy food here, we go recreate here, we get these kind of videos, or we whatever. Prince Charles says that a culture is defined by its religion, its architecture, and its food. Few things are ingrained in us as significantly as food. We grew up with a certain way. If your parents had Kraft macaroni and cheese, chances are you'll have Kraft macaroni and cheese, right? And so food is real powerful. So what we found early on was that examples work. Procter & Gamble puts shampoo samples in your mailbox because they know we are routine-oriented kind of people. And so we're constantly doing examples. When we were at farmers markets, we would put out cracked eggs. And at first, I put out these eggs. I'd use our eggs, and I'd go to the supermarket and get the E. coli, salmonella, fecal eggs, and I'd crack them out, and I'd have them in the saucers. And at our market, there were 6 vendors that had eggs. And nobody else would ever do this, but we did this. We'd put our eggs out there, crack them in a saucer. Here come lady along with her little toddlers in tow, or Fifi on a leash, and poodle. All these coiffed country club highbrow women that come to the farmers market, and so. They would come along there, and they would say, what are you trying to show here? And I would start into, omega-3s and, conjugated linoleic acid and riboflavin. By that time, the little 6-year-old's tugging on his mommy's hand saying, Mommy, this guy's boring. Get us out of here. So I try to learn from my mistakes. So I went to the Socratic method, and I said, well, what do you see? Forget the science. Nobody makes decisions based on science. Ultimately, all of our buying is all emotion. It's all emotion. So I said, well, man, what do you see? Now, you can't do this with men, all right? One of the first things I tell people is, at Polyface Farm, all those customers we don't have any men customers. They don't exist. So I said, well, ma'am, what's here, the eggs are broken out here on the saucer. I say, what's the first thing you notice when your child is sick? Well, off color, they get pale cheeks. Now, men, trust me, we've never seen this. I don't care how many kids you've had, men have never seen this, right? But women see this, all right? And so she'll say, well, pale cheeks. Oh, pale eggs. Sick. They make that connection just like that. 10 seconds, 5 seconds. I say, well, what else do you notice? Well, this one, she says, this one here is kind of standing up tall, in the saucer, and this one here is kind of, spread out a little bit flat. I said, well, have you ever heard of muscle tone? Jane Fonda, exercise. Oh, yeah, flabby. This is here's tight. Okay? Good muscle tone. Yeah, I'll buy 2 dozen. And so examples, putting out examples really works to help
help people understand. Whenever somebody calls us and wants our stuff, our first question is not, what do you want? I'm going to make a sale, but where did you hear about us? And we reward people. We want to have people come out to the farm for visits. We want them to build memories for their dining. I've heard it said that if a customer comes to you at a farmer's market stand 3 times and you don't invite them to your farm, they shouldn't come to your stand anymore. I've heard that from the consumer end as far as how do you know what farmers are real and what farmers are fake is, in consumer conferences, it's only the farm that invites you to their farm. One of the things that we really enjoy doing is cooking on site. We'll cook sausages, link sausage. We'll cut it in half. We'll take a little itty bitty hot plate there or something, cook it right there on site, break it in half, put it on toothpicks, and we give those as samples to the children of vegetarians. I'll tell you, you want to break a vegetarian, it's always the bacon and the sausage. I mean, that smell just, you just reel them in. So we do a lot of samples. One of the things that we do routinely is we'll cook hamburgers on site. And again, we'll go to the supermarket and get the regular, E. coli industrial stuff, and then we'll have ours, and we'll cook them side by side. And then we'll pour off the broth, and this broth looks like manure, it's all opaque and stuff. Ours, you can read a newspaper through it. That speaks to people. It's visual. They understand it. They see it. One of the best things we've done is we'll cook, when we bring those old hamburgers home that we've cooked, at market in the morning to show people, we'll bring them home. We've got several cats at home. We've got, I think, 3 cats. And we stumbled into this actually fairly serendipitously. We had a lady start buying our ground beef, and her husband was giving her a hard time about the price. Well, all ground beef's all the same. Why don't you just... And they had this little Pomeranian Fifi dog, and this dog, this pet, had gotten to where it wouldn't eat any raw meat out of the store. And for several years. And when she got ours the first time, she took it home, and here came the dog, just pawing at her legs and then around and stumbling, tripping her up. Said, "You don't want to eat this stuff." And so she inadvertently dropped a piece. The dog just gobbled it right up. She said, "Whoa." And at that moment, her husband came down the stairs and said, "I don't know where you got that meat, but wherever it is, that's the only meat I'm eating." Because, see, people trust their pets a lot more than their doctors. In fact, people spend more money feeding their pets than they do their own kids. Boy, I'll feed my kids Twinkies and Cocoa Puffs, but I'm getting that, regular, real stuff to feed my Fifi. So we heard about that. So when we came back from our cooking one time, we took the burgers out, we put them out on 2 paper plates for the cats. And the cats all came up, they smelled both plates, and they licked up ours and practically ate the plate and would not eat the supermarket burgers. So we tell our customers at market, look, don't trust us. Go ask, you got a cat at home? Ask the cat.
That's true.
Cook a little piece of the supermarket burger. Here's the supermarket. Take it and see which one the cats pursue. Trust me, that will give you customers just like that. It really works. So, examples. We want to give out examples. Number 2, education. We're heavy on education. See, we have a tremendous amount of culinary ignorance today. So we're heavy on recipes. We got this food out here, but what do you do with it? People don't know. And so we make, for example, recipes for lard that you can make in a slow cooker. I mean, we've never spent more money remodeling and gadgetizing our kitchens with techno-glitzy gadgets and been more lost as to where it is. And so we as farmers, marketers, and managers, we need to create an environment of edutainment at our markets. The chef cooking on the side, goodness, we've got a lot of people today that are afraid to can because they think they're going to blow up the kitchen. They absolutely do. I'm not having anything like that in my house. And so we need to do these recipes. I mean, I had a lady at a buying club drop the other day. She called me aside. She said, how do you make a hamburger? I said, did I not hear you? What's that? How do you make a hamburger? I said, are you kidding me? She said, no. My husband and I have been vegetarians for 15 years. Now that we realize the most efficacious way to save the planet is with pasture-based livestock, we're binging to make up for lost time, And he wants a hamburger. I don't know how to make one. I mean, we're dealing with real culinary ignorance here. And so, what do our customers need to know? Our customers need recipes. You need to feature, recipe of the week. Our gardener at our farm that's brought horticulture to it, he puts together salsa kits with a recipe. You say salsa. I mean, I had a farmer that does on-farm school groups. He said the bus came from the school last week. The first 2 kids off the bus ran up to the farmer and said, "Where's the salsa tree? We want to go pick the salsa." A lot of people really want to do the right things. They don't know how to start.